Alright my friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about compatibility. How do you know if you're compatible with a significant other in your life? You know, it's a question that we all want answered, whether we're going on that first date, whether we're making a decision to move in with someone, or whether we're popping the question and making a lifetime partnership. We all want to know, are we compatible with this person? Is this someone who I'm truly connected with on a deep and synergistic level? Well, I'm incredibly fortunate on my part to have a partner who I'm very compatible with. Not just me saying that, others have collaborated it as well, that we have a very good chemistry with each other. And I'll stress that this is part luck and part skill. There is a sense of luck in meeting the right person, finding the one, all these kind of cliches, but it is also something that you can work on and cultivate. There are two sides to the compatibility argument. And what I want to present to you today is kind of how I've reverse engineered looking at my relationship with my partner and seeing what are the factors that have helped us to become compatible, whether existing factors that were there from the moment our relationship began, or things that we've worked on and developed. And the way I see it, there are three things that I want to share with you today that I think will really help you to nail whether you're compatible with that person that you're looking at in your life right now. So the first component is, are you compatible on values? Now this is huge, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong in relationships and dating, is that they believe that compatibility is based on interests. So you hear someone say, oh, I just met someone and they're really great, they like all the same things as me, they like to go to coffee shops, they eat vegan, they do skydiving, we both love to watch Star Wars, we're watching the new Netflix series, we are just so compatible. This is only a very superficial level of compatibility. It's compatibility based on what interests you have. But there are lots of people who share your interests who you are not compatible with. And this is where many relationships break down, because that happy, we're so great together, we're soulmates, doesn't have a deep foundational base. What you need is compatibility on values. Values is where it's at, because our interests are expressions of our values. And actually you can have very different interests with someone, but be highly compatible on values. And actually me and my partner are a great example of this. When I was searching for the one, I thought that my one would be a girl who is into all the same things that I was into. She would go to the gym and drink green juices and love to watch Star Wars and be into meditation and do personal development. My partner doesn't really do any of that. I've just managed to get her into Star Wars in the last 6 months with the new movies that have been coming out. But in terms of interests, yes, me and my partner have some shared interests, but we're also very different on our interests. But we're very similar on our values. Because you see, when you have a value, there are multiple different ways of expressing that interest, but ultimately you can both have the same value. So for example, one value might be a sense of adventure and curiosity. One of you might express that through reading fantasy novels. That's more kind of like what I do. Whereas another one of you might express that through traveling, which is more what my partner does. So you might say, oh, I like to sit at home and read fantasy novels. They like to go out and travel the world. We're not very compatible. Actually, when you boil it down, you have a shared value of adventure and curiosity. And that is where the long-term relationship is going to come from. It's all about values. So that's component number one. Really assess and analyze whether you're compatible on your values. Ignore the interests, focus on the values. Now component number two is, it might sound a bit trite when I say this, but do you care about their life? Do you care about their passions? Do you care about their motivations? Do you care about their dreams? I think that one is a huge component, and it's something I've talked about in videos before, is, are you as passionate about your significant other's dreams and aspirations as they are themselves? See, again, me and my partner, we have different dreams in life. I'm doing this pursuit of being an author and an inspirational speaker and a thought leader. My partner's not doing that, but she wholeheartedly supports my dream and wholeheartedly sees the importance and the significance of my dream. And I do exactly the same for her. She wants to create a world where we have more equality across genders. She's particularly passionate about bringing education to women in third world countries. That's not something that I'm working on, but man, when she talks about that and she outlines a vision and her dream, I can feel that and I dig that. And I want her to achieve that dream, and I'm as invested in helping her make her dream come a reality as she is in helping me and my dream. So that's a really important indicator as well for compatibility. Even though you might have different dreams, are you as invested in their dream as you are in yours? Because that will show that there's something about them that really kind of sings to you and lights something up in your heart. And that was actually what made me fall in love with my partner for the first time, was when she was talking about her dreams and her passions, that lit something up in me. And I felt this real deep connection and affinity. So this is a good barometer that you can use for yourself. Do you care about their dreams? And thirdly and finally, the third component is, can you enjoy the silence? Now this might sound a bit weird, and it's actually something that my dad said to me about relationships. He said, you know you're in a successful relationship when you're comfortable in the silence. And I didn't truly get the extent of what he meant. I kind of knew what he meant in terms of, you're not going to be talking all the time 100% like you are at the beginning of a relationship, where it's just blah 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 and trying to find out as much about each other as possible. I kind of understood that there'll be periods when you don't talk, but there's something deeper to his advice. And that something deeper is, do you still have that connection even when things are silent? Because again, this is where I see a lot of relationships going wrong. Go into any coffee shop, bar, restaurant in the world, and you will see a couple sitting opposite each other, both on their phones. And they will sit like that for a long time. I remember one particular instance, a couple months ago, me and my partner were waiting for a train, and I saw these two sitting across the coffee shop we were in. Now we were there for about an hour, and for 95% of that time, this couple, I was watching them, were on their phones, not speaking to each other. Now that is dangerous, that is worrying. That indicates that there is a lack of affinity between the two of you, where you can be comfortable in the silence with each other. You know, for that hour, me and my partner, we weren't talking all the time. In fact, I was doing a little bit of journaling, she was reading, but there was this shared connection. Often when me and my partner are doing something like that, when we're traveling, even though we're doing our own thing, we'll sit there and we'll hold hands. Or one of us will show the other something that they've read that's interesting, or something that they're watching or doing that is of interest, or a conversation will spark from a sudden thought. There is still this link between the two of us, even when there is nothing directly going through that link. And this might be something that's a little kind of abstract to understand, but once you find yourself in that silence with someone, do you still feel that comfort and connection with them? Or do you feel like there is this awkward barrier between the two of you that you feel you either have to ignore and play on your phone, or you sometimes have to broach with superficial, rubbish small talk? Can you sit in that silence and be comfortable and content? Because if you can, again, that is a sign that there is some level of compatibility between you that goes beyond just the superficial charisma, just the superficial conversation, just the superficial intimacy. There is something deep there. So that, guys, is 3 ways to tell whether you're compatible with that person that you've just met on Tinder, whether it's a long-term partner that you want to move in with, or indeed if you're investing in that ring and popping the question. These 3 components can help you analyze whether this person is someone that you have compatibility with on a deep level. Because guys, relationships are so important. Connection is so important. Love is so important. And when you're able to find compatibility with the people around you, when you have a great relationship with a significant other, when you feel that connection, that is when you author your life. Guys, it's been a pleasure to speak with you on today's video. I hope you'll join me for the next one. Until then, go out there, elevate your consciousness, chase your calling, deepen your connection. I'll speak to you soon. David. Hey guys, it's David again. Thank you for watching this video. And if you'd like to take your growth a little further, I have 3 things down below that you can click. First of all is that big red subscribe button to make sure that you stay up to date with all the videos on this channel and you don't miss a thing. Number 2 is a free online course that I have on creating powerful change in your life. Totally free, no sign-ups, just click the link in the video description. Thirdly and finally, I would like to invite you into our Author Your Life community. This is a free Facebook group where like-minded individuals like yourself come together to change their stories and help change the stories of other people. I would love to welcome you into this community to help you continue on your personal journey and help you become the hero of your story. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to be able to speak more to you in the future. Now go out there and author your life.